The following broadcast is brought to you by
Elite Performance.
What's Poppin' Corn Snacks? Printed Memories.
Revved Up Tattoos.
The Fighter's Friend.
Doc Sports Service.
The One's Kitchen.
Inner Beast Sportswear.
BWSPORTS1, sports media marketing and design. Check us out at BWSPORTS1.com. It's another original BW Sports 1 production.
Pew pew!
What is up? What is poppin'? That guy up there, that's the one. This guy right here is DaLion. Together, we are the Dukes of Football.
Ball.
Couldn't hold it anymore. What is poppin', my brother?
Happy holidays for the general public, but Merry Christmas to you, my brother.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is going on in your culture, have a happy at it, you know?
Whatever gets me the most damn presents.
Boom. I like that. Well, I guess, in some countries you could be married to 30 girls at the same time and they're fine with it. It's their culture, so there's 30 gifts at least.
So this is how you do it. You yourself, you got to break it down. You got to break down yours and your wife's. So you could be like half Catholic, half, Presbyterian, and then she could be like half Jewish. But see, me, I could be like half apostolic, half Kwanzaa, and then she could be like what's some shit out there, Jewish and Scottish or something. And then you can have like, wow, all the gifts.
Every bit of gifts.
I'm
That's a
pretty
lot of
sure
gifts, folks.
I'm pretty sure I just broke some type of ethics code there or something.
Probably. Wouldn't the first. Probably not going to be the last. But hey, we're here. It's Christmas week. That's right, folks. We're here to talk about football, Christmas, the good tea that Damon has over there, the new finally come back new Inner Beast Sportswear hoodie is out now. Check it out on the website, BWSports1.com.
I saw that.
Wow.
I saw that. I was like, ooh, that's sexy.
Oh, it's
I'm
so
gonna have to have that
too.
on.
It's
I'm gonna have
so
to have that on March 4th.
Yes. Oh, well, I hope it's not that damn cold in the Coliseum. Southern Indiana Combat Productions. That's right.
It's a hoodie, bro. It's a hoodie.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the goods. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been working out with Zach at Elite Performance. I do not have the goods. I have remote control and bourbon guns, buddy.
Hey, well, speaking of, what's the update on the foot? The 1 foot. I'm gonna start calling it the 1 foot.
The 1 foot. Well, this now asset to my portfolio is coming along quite nicely. The pace at the beginning was pretty quick with the healing per doctor, but I think that pace has definitely slowed down. Right now, I should be solely in a shoe, but I'm still having to go back and forth to the boot from time to time. And plus, I can't get the damn thing in the shoe to be in the shoe. So, I've basically been in my champion slippers for fucking 3 months.
There you go. They're comfy though, ain't they?
Yeah, but I was told it's a process. I'm only about halfway through. You know what I mean? So
Trust the process.
Trust the process. It worked for Joel and B, kinda.
Kinda. It almost fully worked for AI.
Yeah, but it's the Dukes of Holiday, the Dukes
Boom.
Holiday special,
The
man. I played
Dukes
around
of
with that.
Holiday.
I swear it's just tea. I swear.
Uh-huh.
So you ready? The fam ready? You know what I'm
Hell
saying? Everybody
yeah.
ready?
Everybody is ready. We have invited the whole network tonight. I don't know who's all going to be on making it, but we'll have some folks coming in with us. And of course, some of them have that god awful, ugly star sea owl boys stuff on. So we'll just hold them off for a second.
Or just put him up there and mute his mic. No, yeah, it's going to be fun. You know how we do on our specials. Every time we put our specials together, we try to get as many people with the network to give you a little bit of other side of just us talking about football. We got other guys who like to talk football as well, who have their own show. So, you know, we like to get the 500 special, the finals and the NCAA, those type of things. So no different when it comes to bowl season. So, and this year, you know, your boy is super excited.
Mm-hmm.
But
wonder why.
Whatever. So you ready to bring some of these chumps on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what chump better to bring on first than Mr. Cowboy loving AT&T Stadium muffling. I'm not Ric Flair, but I'm still tearing a muffin. Matt, what's up, man? The source is in the building. He's got that god awful shit across his forehead, but we still love him anyway.
Hey, let me know if I need to take. Well, we can take this down now because I don't need it just at the moment. But Steven, pop in there to see. Oh, damn.
Oh, now see, wait a
quit.
minute. Now, yep, we got to give him the introduction even better than Muffle Cowboy down there. The man, the one, the only, super kicking it himself is joining us tonight. That's right, Stephen A, our own Stephen A, here at BW Sports One. What's happening, brother? There you go.
Baby.
That's right.
He's gonna win it all.
Feed me.
He's gonna win it all.
Telling you, man.
I'm just here for a good game.
There you go. There we go. Aren't we all?
Because unfortunately, our two teams are looking that good, but I am not mathematically yet eliminated.
Hey, neither are we.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not
the
either.
beauty of the AFC South, baby. We're winning it all.
You could be in the NFC South and win it with a sub 500 record. So
We might win it. The AFC South might win it with a sub 500.
Very true. Very true. It's going to get nutty. It's going to get crazy here in the next couple weeks.
Go Nick Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles starting for the Colts. So let me hear your opinion on what happened. This debacle of this debacle.
No, we will get to NFL talk in the second half of our show.
Damn it!
The first half of our show is college football bowl related.
Oh yeah, that's like okay.
Nick Foles right there.
See,
Dan gets it.
All right, so before we get to that, you know, we always have some ridiculous things that happens around the world of sports and out. And this, what do you say? And so that brings us to Revved Up Ridiculous, brought to you by Revved Up Tattoos. When it comes to your good body ink, go somewhere with quality work and it makes you feel comfortable. For your next ink section, piercing therapy, come on in or give us a call at 317-537-2667 and tell them the boys at BW Sports One sent you. Dan, you got something for us or whatever? Because I got one too. So
God, I
go
do.
ahead.
Yes, I do. First of all, real quick, shout out Stephen A. Can you show that? There it is. Look at it. The new
Can't
ink.
get
He's
the
got.
ankle. There we go.
He's got the.
That's a
new
weird
ink.
ankle to show off.
It is. It's all right though. I
Here,
can
how
see
about
the
this?
colors.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh,
Show them
Oh.
guns.
at least he
There we
doesn't.
go.
At least he doesn't have the
Oh, I
patent
got pants on. Oh, shoot. Remember the pants tonight. School's not done yet.
One more day, right?
One more day
There you go.
with staff.
There you go. All right.
Gotta wear pants still.
Revved up ridiculousness this week. I'm sorry. This is like, everybody says karma's a bitch, and karma comes back to bite people in the ass. And it couldn't have happened so any better than the infamous tuck rule being revelated back to this past weekend when the Las Vegas Raiders beat the New England Patriots on one of the most ridiculous plays I have ever seen in my entire life of watching football. Wow. You guys get the revved up ridiculousness of the week.
Best stiff arm
Wow.
of the year.
Holy hell, man. I couldn't believe that.
Hey, that was terrible. Hey, but I got one that might revel with you.
Uh-oh.
Green Bay game. Well, it's not even in the game. It's the right before the game. The Green Bay game. You got the whole crew sitting out there, Griffin, Shefty, all of them. So they decide that they're going to do the Lambeau leap. Did you see Adam Schefter's penguin run and attempt to jump over this wall?
Oh, wow. I did.
Oh,
I'm going to have to
if
watch
you-
that one. I did.
If
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure somebody's got it. Oh, this shit was hilarious. If it wasn't for Robert Griffin, he'd just be hanging there like a little.
That's
But
funny.
that was just something for Schefter.
That is funny.
I got a good one that I'm surprised neither one of you brought up. The 12-year-old football player from Texas with the tattoo that looks like Antonio Brown.
Man. Shit.
His certificate.
Oh yeah. The kid's 12, man. Watch out. Come on now. He's 12. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? He's
Hey
12.
man, they got a birth certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got one. Don't know where it's from.
It's kind of like the movie The Benchwarmers, where it's like, I'm 12 and he slips him a 20. Birth
It
certificate
feels
right in
like,
crayon.
well, it feels like, every baseball team out there
Yes.
that
World
has
Series.
yeah.
Every World Series Little League team.
Oh
Our 12-year-old Cuban.
Yeah.
man.
I'm
Oh,
12.
man. Right? I mean, if they got the birth certificate, right? That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. They got the stash.
He's got more facial hair than what I do, all right?
I mean,
I just watched that Lambeau leap. Sorry, I had to go back at it. I watched it. That's wow.
All right. So let's, that's enough of that foolishness. So let's get on into our What's Poppin' Corn Snacks NCAA version of that. What's Poppin' Corn Snacks is brought to you by What's Poppin' Corn Snacks. Check out the best gourmet popcorn around and make it your own. Get your own customized label with you all over it. I had something cute and then it just went away.
you need some sound effects.
So there you have
Right?
it.
Wham!
All right, so
Bam.
what's popping corn snacks NCAA style? First thing I got up, I know we got bowl season, but we'll get to talk about the bowls here in just a second. But I know there was something I wanted to bring up that I thought was really cool that's happening right that was that went on with the bowls. Was I know TCU's coach is probably going to win coach of the year from the dramatic change from TCU to where they are this year. But I think the coach of the year should be Jim Mora at UConn.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Going from damn near them demoting their school down to the Butler football region, you know what I'm saying, to actually being a bowl team. You know what I mean? Just turn that team around. If you look at the way they were were beaten down early in the season by Michigan and a couple other teams, and to look how they finished the season. Hey, that's a pretty damn good job with some 2-star athletes. A lot of walk-ons.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. You must have dropped the
Agreed.
camera.
I don't know what's going on.
You're black.
Yeah. Well, I've told everybody that for years, Steven.
You're the black and white sports.
I don't know what's going on. I just bought this damn camera not too long ago. Yeah.
Oh,
Shit. I don't know.
But he took himself out. Well, then he's back.
so
All right, but anyway,
did Jim Mora Jr. give a good playoff spiel about getting in the bowl game? Is this Jim Mora Jr.?
I don't think he gave
No,
a
No,
it's
bowl game.
that's the more you're thinking about. That's him. But I don't think that he gave an inspiring speech or anything. I think that
UConn is not a
sometimes-
football school, so that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not. Occasionally they'll put out a player or two, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the turnaround quickly mid-season. You know what I mean? I think that's something that you can't overlook.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I don't watch much college football, so I'm just going to go off what you just said.
I mean, I feel like
good. I was seeing if Matt had.
Oh yeah, I feel like the guy that's going to fly under the radar on that is that John Summerall from Troy. I mean, Troy's on a real big program. They lost that first game to Ole Miss 28-10, and then lost to Appalachian State by 4. But they turned their season around, went on and beat UTSA in the bowl game. Flew under the radar. I understand it's the Sun Belt and whatnot, but can't really say anything bad about what Troy's done this year. I mean, they did get up into the top 25, and I think they'll end up probably in the top 20 before it's all said and done with all of the bowl games yet to be played in the final rankings. So, I mean, it's not a program you would think of being in the top 25 in football. They've struggled the past several years.
Right.
Did the UConn team end up ranked somewhere pretty high?
No, they ended up 6-7 now because they got spanked by Marshall.
Okay.
So, and you can even make the argument for that.
Yeah,
Jeff
they took
Traylor
an L. I mean, it
UTSA.
was.
Is Dan back?
Answering.
Holy
He's
shit.
having-
Yeah,
there he is.
It kind of, yeah.
It's a scary look.
What? Did you see a mirror?
Maybe.
So we were discussing Coach of the Year, or
Yep.
Coach of the Year for NCAA.
Yep. I'm not disagreeing with any of your thoughts, your opinions. The one, Matt, you mentioned Marshall. They got spanked by Marshall. I can't think. What's his name at Marshall?
What's that? Deion Branch.
Is it Deion?
Mm-mm.
Deion Branch? No,
Deion Branch is at Louisville.
Okay, yeah.
He's interim coach
I
at
can remember.
Louisville.
Yeah, I can't think of Marshall's name, but I mean, you look at it. Marshall went into Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame at home. Correct?
Carl's Huff.
Yeah.
Carl Tough. Marshall recruited people from Alabama, people from the SEC, the ACC. Man, I'm a little bit biased, but I would put him up there in the top 5.
Marshall?
Mhm.
Marshall's coach?
Mm-hmm.
He's not even in one of the 8 finalists.
My opinion. You know, it's not always about these damn AP polls and all this pre-week 6 rankings.
Oh, so it's not about that.
No.
Oh.
God.
Oh.
Talking about my opinion
Hey,
matters.
So what we're saying is Dan is
so
not an
the
AP
beginning.
Coach of the Year voter.
Can I also mention that Marshall lost to
Right.
Troy?
So beginning of the bowl seasons.
Just saying.
All right, so the beginning of the bowl season normally kicks around a lot of crappy bowls that nobody really wants to watch, but they tend to be entertaining games from time to time. But I do know Dan has one that was a very entertaining game. But the game I want to talk about real quick is the HBCU National Championship game, which is the Celebration Bowl. Now, this featured Jackson State and somebody else. I do remember, but it wasn't about Jackson State, or it wasn't about the other team. It was about DaLion and Jackson State. Obviously, they did not complete the win, even though they were given several opportunities to do so by the favorable referees. But my thing with this is they got the rating. That was the Celebration Bowl this year had the highest ratings it has had since it has been the bowl game. Why is that? It is not the sellout. It is the sell. You know what I'm saying? They weren't there to see Jackson State. They've been having this game for the national championship. They've been calling him a sellout or whatever. But what he did was he sold out a bowl game that hasn't been sold out ever. So, but that's all I have. I'm going to save my rant for that a whole nother time.
Oh, Dion.
Yeah. So I'm like, where all these people were this. You know what I mean? Where all these people were when he was getting his toes and they're dying for Jackson State out of his pocket? Where were all these cats? Nowhere. I hope.
Let's look at some of the locations.
I really did.
So Fenway Park held a bowl game. It looks like
Yeah.
the Sabi Bowl.
Like the last 10 years.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Notre
That's
Dame
cool how
actually
they convert the
played-
stadium.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. Like, how did they?
Know. It
That
just
seems
seems like
interesting
it's
to put
very,
out.
very condensed field. Because I
Yeah.
remember when Notre Dame played at Yankee Stadium, it was like,
It's cool how they do it, but it sucks that both teams are on the same side of the field. Who was that? That was Louisville and
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Wasn't that the
Yep.
Fenway Bowl?
Because isn't that Louisville's
Was.
coach is going to Cincinnati,
Yep.
and then obviously Jeff Brom is going
And
to
Deion
Louisville.
Branch. Yeah, and Deion Branch was the interim head coach in that game, was out coaching receivers at Carmel with his son.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought the Frisco
Yeah,
Bowl so far has been the best.
and then
bowl
you had
game.
one too, Dan.
So, if you
What'd you
wanna-
say? Hold on. What'd you say, Matt?
I said the Frisco Bowl. It's if I had
Which
to-
one was that?
Dan, what
North-
did you have on?
North Texas and Boise State.
Damon, can you hear us fine?
Yeah.
Okay. You got like a hell of a delay, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm delayed. I'm delayed.
Are you talking about are you talking about the 2-rush touchdown? Are you talking about the running back throwing a touchdown?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the 300 plus yards game? Is that what you're talking about? Oh my God, Frank Gore! We just stopped talking about Frank Gore, and all of a sudden, there's another Frank
Junior.
Gore in the mix. Yes, Frank Gore Jr.
Junior.
pops up and acts like his daddy in his prime. Holy hell, what a game!
Hey, why'd you tell the dude to chill in the interview? Why you say chill, man? Chill.
Not too sure. I missed that one, but yeah, wow.
Oh, that was Southern Miss, wasn't it? Doesn't Frank Gore Jr. play for Southern Miss?
Yes.
Southern Miss.
Yeah,
Yes.
against Rice.
So
I got
no,
a
that was
question.
not.
What?
I was talking about. You were talking about.
What?
Not.
What?
What?
This is the best episode ever.
Yeah, hey, this is what happens when you do
We
live
get too many
stuff.
people on here. Burn it up. I do have a question though. What do we think would be a unique location for college football? Like we've talked about, NFL and baseball and basketball. Like how college basketball, they have it on the aircraft. Is there really any unique location to have a college football game?
There was
Oh.
one that I can name right off the top of my head: Bristol Motor Speedway. They lifted their
Oh.
scoreboard all the way up, and they put a fake
football
field down
field?
in the infield of the speedway. It was I forget who. It was Tennessee versus I think Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Wow, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know if IMS could host that. That'd be you have a lot of track in there.
It was 2016, and Tennessee won 45-24 in that game.
Huh.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. I don't know. I'd like to see a football game played on.
Mars.
Yeah.
Wow.
Elon Musk, get on it. You got nothing else to do.
Right? He ain't got nothing but time and money.
Ship up a couple teams.
I mean, he just skipped the moon all
Just skip the
together
moon.
with
Yep.
straight
I don't-
stars.
I don't-
It's like
We don't need the
shoot
moon.
for the stars,
There's no
buddy.
gravity on the moon. They're going to be all over the place.
So a normal football game.
They're high.
Ah.
actually, looking at the scoring summary
So,
from that game, Alvin Kamara
go
was
ahead.
in that game. That's kind of weird seeing Alvin Kamara
Wow.
played in that game. Same with Josh Dobbs.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
Message.
Fun fact. Hey, anything else explorable? When they talk about, because I mean, right? I ain't lying to you. None of these bowl games is exciting. I watch them because they're on, but I'm waiting for these bowl games after the Christmas season.
I've watched every.
You don't have
single
any
bowl game
rooting
so far.
interest in any of those.
No, he
Oh,
has
I'm
no
not
interest
talking
in
about
any of them.
those in particular.
Oh.
I'm talking about like the New Year's Six, like those. I'm like, I want to see better teams play when the Power 5 teams start to play,
Yeah.
and maybe even some of these upper level mid majors. But I'm sorry, man. I'm not a fan of 6-6 and 7-5. I'm
I
not.
can't.
I mean,
It's
I've
not-
enjoyed all the bowl
is-
games so
is-
far.
They've been
Well,
they-
that
so
is
they've been
exciting.
good games. They've been good games for the level of play that they
Yeah.
play. I'll agree with that. But I'm with Damon. I want to see these the big boys come out now. I'm ready for the big boys. Not necessarily the top four, but like you said, the South Carolina, Notre Dame,
Oh, yeah. That one,
yeah.
for example.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay, so like
Yeah, those matchups
those
matchups that you don't get very often.
But like some of
Right.
these lower bowls, it's bad football, but it's entertaining football at the same time. Like
because it's on.
right, well, like what the Boise State North Texas game, or what was it BYU SMU where somebody made a tackle at the 2-yard line when they were trying to score the game tying 2-point conversion or whatever it was, or I can't remember which game that was. It might be the BYU SMU game, but like
I
they made a
I
tackle
remember
at the
which
2-yard
one
line.
it was like. I think it was the SMU game because it was the last play of the game. And they kept referencing the Super Bowl with the greatest show on turf when the Patriots won their first one. So I remember I remember that game, but
Like it was bad football, but it was entertaining.
I equate it like this. I equate it to pizza. All right. Okay. You got listen to me. Roll with me. So you got Little Caesars, right? This is the example. Little Caesars is not bad pizza if you look at it for what it's worth. Like you're going to go pay $7 for a pizza that you box. You know what I'm saying? And you expect it to be a $7 pizza. You expect it to be better than the gas station pizza, but you don't expect it to be Donato's. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm looking at those bowl games. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's football. You know what I mean? It's it's Bellator.
What is your go-to?
Huh?
Pizza? What's your go-to pizza?
My go-to pizza would be Jack's.
Is it Donato's?
If I don't make it myself, my go-to pizza is Jack's.
The frozen, like the frozen pizza.
Fuck no, not the frozen.
They got the frozen pizza Jacks. Get in your grocery
No,
aisle.
I'm talking about the. It is not the same Jacks. Not the same. You know,
Probably
the
not.
Jacks with the big square box with the
Okay.
little head Jacks on the top. Come on, don't play me like
So-
that, bro.
I really don't know that one. I'm
So,
sorry.
Damon, can I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
Besides the Michigan game, what is the one bowl game that you were looking forward to that's coming up of all the bowl games?
Which one? Actually, I'm actually looking for the Rose Bowl. I like to see Penn State. I really want to see that one go against the Pac-12. And then I'm also, I know it sounds kind of jacked up, but it's also sounds very cliche. I am so hoping Georgia beat piss out of the Buckeyes. Sorry, I want my rematch. I do not want any parts to look at them. Your asses beat. Y'all get another turn next year. It is. I want Georgia. That's it. I want Georgia.
Would you be nervous about a rematch? Is that why?
No, I'm not nervous at all about a rematch. I think it'll be the exact same outcome.
Well, then isn't that
Those
a better
boys is weak
result?
over there. Those
That's a
boys
better
are.
result
I
for you
mean,
guys.
yeah.
Is
It
you would
is a
beat
better
them
result,
twice.
but I want.
And
I
then Harbaugh
need
could go to the
my
Colts.
revenge. I need my Harbaugh is not leaving Michigan, and he's definitely not going to the Colts.
Hey, Thursday loves
He's
it.
got a better. All of his assets look way better in Michigan than they did if he
Oh,
went
I
to the
know. Oh, I
Colts.
know.
Who you
So-
gonna get? Matt. I mean,
Yeah,
who's
Matt
left?
Ryan.
Aaron Rodgers. That's
Yeah.
who's gonna be your quarterback next year.
We're getting Philip Rivers out of getting Arch Manning.
You might as well
2
just
years.
get Philip Rivers and all of his kids.
Yes. And
They already
Cromartie's.
did that.
We are Cromartie's.
But if-
I tried
the-
that.
I'll tell you the one that I am actually kind of looking forward to, though, is the Alamo Bowl between Texas and Washington, because they have Texas favored by 4. And it goes to my point that I told Dan before. Washington is such an underrated football team, sitting at 12th. I think Penix is actually a really good quarterback. I think that's going to be one of the better bowl games. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what everybody thinks it is, because Washington's actually really good. I've watched enough of them because I'm playing in the Pac-12.
I think
I'm
it'll
getting
be
home late. But I've watched a lot of Washington's
they,
games. They're really good.
Washington's a good football team. Washington faded towards the end, and the struggles was I don't want to say it was Penix himself. I think it was his surrounding cast. They hit a. I know they hit a wall when it came to those big guys. And then where they had their issue with physical teams that play physical with them. And Texas is a physical team. Their running back, I know he didn't have the year that everybody expected him to have, but this is a different Texas team. They're coming into this bowl game healthy, and this is a debut. This is their actual debut to the SEC to tell them that they're coming.
But John Robinson's not playing in the bowl game, though. I think he is sitting out
Oh,
to prepare for the NFL.
then that's it. That's it. It's
So-
gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a draw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he declared
hate
that, or
these.
said that he was going to declare.
I hate these guys not playing in the games.
That's what I'm here for.
It's so selfish. It's so selfish to your team. It's so selfish to your team. I do. I hate these guys not playing the ball game. It's selfish to your team.
I agree.
100%.
It's like the transfer portal.
Especially
You know
now
what I mean? It's somebody's
that they
last
have
game
the
of football
NILs.
ever.
Especially now that they get paid. They can get
Absolutely.
paid, so why does it matter? Play the bowl game because you're
Yeah.
still getting paid.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just the whole thing about it, I didn't like. when the first player did it. You know what I mean? I didn't like it because what about those other guys that don't have that opportunity that you have? Matter of fact, what about those guys that got you that opportunity that you have? You know what I mean? You're leaving them shit out to dry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I want that Rose Bowl ring. I ain't gonna play in the NFL. You know what I mean? I leave here, man, I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Funny that you said that because Joey Porter Jr. decided, I'm not going to play because he's recovering from that appendix surgery. He could play. I'm not going to because I want to prepare for the NFL. Why?
Hey, but he's hurt. He has an injury.
He's healthy. He's healthy.
That's the difference. Where you just said he was recovering from an injury.
No, he had appendicitis, and he was going to sit. They said that he was going to come back for the last game, and he didn't want to come back, and now he's not coming back at all, and said, I'm just going to prepare for the NFL. That's my future. So
and so that's the same surgery that Joe Burrow had. That's the same surgery that Joe Burrow had that took him 6 weeks of the NFL season to recover from. I know he played, but he looked like shit those 6 weeks. Yeah, I don't know.
True.
To me, I think that's different than sitting out recovering from an injury to get ready for the draft than sitting out just because I don't want to play in a bowl game.
What about on the coach's side?
What do you think about that, Dan?
Hold on, Steven. Go ahead, bud.
I was just going to say, on the other side, when the coach leaves, right after the end of the season and gets a new job and doesn't necessarily coach in the bowl game, I know it's not the same level. Do you have any problems with that?
Absolutely.
I feel like I have a problem with that one. I think
it's absolutely the same.
Now, of course, recruiting starts. Well, it's already started, right? So I get why, but I don't know. That one bothers me.
I don't think that they should have any type of.
So after all the bowl games are done.
Yeah, I mean there should be no, because that's kind of like tampering. If you look at the NFL side of things, that's somewhat the same as tampering with recruiting, with with coaches and stuff like that. It's kind of not looked upon as bad, obviously, because it's allowed. But I just think that both sides need to play out the season. It's what we taught our kids at the beginning of time. You start something, you finish it. I mean, that's plain and simple. If you get fired on the way on the coach's side, if you get fired on the way, that's your own fault. Or that's just the thing, that's just falls on the stupidity of the organization or the college, university. But
perfect example. Go ahead.
What? No, perfect example. What?
No, I said, perfect. Deion Sanders and the coach in Louisville.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Okay, it's understood that you guys are going to take other jobs. That's fine. But you should not be talking about those other jobs. You should not be seen at those other jobs. That bullshit that Deion pulled at the end, I 100% disagree with. You don't go accept that job with all your Colorado stuff on. You done brought your son up here. He done got everything on and then expect to go back to play a football game with Jackson State as him as your quarterback where everybody knows where they're going. You know what I mean? If it's known, it's known, but you play out everything. And then when the season is over with, when the Celebration Bowl is over with, then you go do your press conference. Then you do your TikToks. Then you do your Twitters. You do that shit and then go play a game. Nah, I don't like that at all. 100%.
A lot of times, some players want to leave, right? I mean, like Purdue had the 4 guys want to sit out. Now, granted, they are trying to think they're ready for the NFL, but you got to also wonder, if Purdue have some guys, Jeff Brom's gone. That's who I wanted to come play for. Why am I going to play in this bowl game?
Absolutely. I mean, it's part of, like I said, recruitment earlier. It's this guy recruited us. This guy recruited this group of team. Now, I totally get, obviously, you're recruiting them at 18, 19-year-olds, so you're supposed to have them for 3 or 4 years, of the span, and something happens on the way. But like I said, man, the season starts. You should have no contact with any other team or any other organization like that until you and that other team is playing no more games. Nothing is done. Neither one of the teams are in a bowl game. Now I can see that if you're not in a bowl game and I'm not in a bowl game, let's talk. Okay, but if one of us is in a bowl game, hey, hands off. We got to wait. Period.
Because like that's what the
100%
Louisville Cincinnati,
agree.
like Louisville coach was Cincinnati's coach, right? And that's why Louisville had to get Deion Branch as an interim head coach.
Yep.
Or whatever
Yeah,
he was.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And
But they're not going to drag the coaches. They're not going to drag the coaches through the mud or the coaching portal like they will these kids going through the transfer portal. It's just terrible.
Speaking
I
of,
don't
real
know,
quick,
but-
I know we lost Notre Dame.
ahead.
I'm sorry, not us. Notre Dame lost a really decent recruit to Oregon today. He decommitted to Notre Dame and signed his
saw that.
intent to Oregon.
Yeah, today was National Signing Day. I forgot about that. I saw that. That was big. I actually did feel bad for
We
Notre
did
Dame.
well.
That kid was going to be really decent.
We did well.
We did well.
Yeah, we did well.
We did well. You know what I mean? We did well. We did
So
well.
did my team.
I'm not
My team
complaining
did
about
well,
any of our commits. I'm okay.
Hold on here. Hold on here.
We did well.
My team did well
No.
as well.
National
right.
back-to-back championship. You know what I mean? Big Ten champions. We did well. All right, let's move with anything else with college before we jump out of here and go to the pros.
I am ready to hit the pros because, yeah, I'm ready to eat.
All right, talk about the pros. All right, so big news. Which one is more big news, Dan? No, Steven, I'm gonna shoot this question to you. Which one
right.
is more big news? The Cowboys losing to the Jaguars, or
Okay.
Purdy and the 49ers looking like they're the second coming of the greatest team ever.
And did they beat the Buccaneers on the past, or was that 2 weekends ago?
2 weekends
They beat
ago.
the Buccaneers
Sorry,
and the
Seattle.
Seahawks
Yeah.
Okay.
with the third string
Uh,
quarterback. The Purdy's the third string quarterback.
I mean, you got to give it that
Practice
one.
team guy. Third string.
Yeah, that's who the Colts.
Or is
Purdy
it the
this
Cowboys losing to the Jaguars?
Well, the Jags have come on lately, though. That's what's. I mean, they might sneak in and get the AFC South, which might as well be a participation trophy. But I think it's got to be Purdy because you had Trey Lance, you had Jimmy Garoppolo, and now they're thinking both of those guys will be gone. Like, how does that work
In a Purdy world.
in a Purdy world? So, and the Niners. I forget where they're at. They're leading the division.
Yeah. I think they are now, I believe. Let me look.
They won it.
They are.
I
Oh,
think
they
they
won
won
it.
it.
Did they
Did they
clinch
win?
it? Okay.
I think they.
I think they clinched with that win over Seattle, right?
I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah,
so,
they're up
yeah.
like 3 games right now.
I got to give it to them.
It's hey,
yes, they
Dan.
Yo,
Who would you pick? Who would you pick as the
as much as I'm going to hate
the
on
worst of the
the
story?
as much as I'm going to hate on the Cowboys in the coming minutes, I'm going to lay off of them on this one because I do agree with Steven that the Jaguars have been coming on pretty good lately. And wow, I mean, like I said, in a Purdy world, San Fran wins the title, but it's not going to happen.
That's just
How
amazing.
about our Cowboys fans?
Well, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm actually not surprised they lost to the Jags.
Huh?
I'm just gonna put it out there. Like Dak's playing like crap. His
Oh.
interceptions are what is going to cost them. Once they're in the playoffs, if he keeps throwing interceptions, it's going to cost them. I will give credit though where credit's due for that division because for how bad that division is, they have played a lot of close games. Like for example, everybody can say what they want. The Dallas barely beat Houston. We can say the Eagles barely beat Houston, but look at Kansas City, who's probably one of the favorites to go to the AFC Championship game against the Bills, and they had to take Houston to overtime as well. Jacksonville played Dallas tough. Dallas lost that game because of Dak, but I mean, it's impressive that a guy that's known as Mr. Irrelevant took the reins. Had there was no expectation he was going to be the starting quarterback for them, and it's like I don't know if it's because San Francisco is just built that way, or if it's just a Kyle Shanahan ran offense, like his schemes or whatever, that every quarterback that goes under his helm just does really well. And Brock Purdy is just playing an absolute awesome game at quarterback. So take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go against the grain. I am going to say I'm going to go at the Cowboys on this one for one reason and one reason only. This was a game that you were supposed to win, but to dominate as a contender of a Super Bowl team. And not even dominating, even if you lost the game, even if you won the game by a short number, the point is championship contending teams win ugly games. The Cowboys can't win ugly games. This is why I'm picking them, because this is a perfect opportunity to keep the pressure on Philly. You know what I mean? To make this game this weekend be worth something. This game almost now even isn't worth a whole lot, even though Jalen Hurts with that loss to the Jacksonville. I mean, it can bring you closer, but it doesn't. All it does is make you a wild card team because they've pretty much got the division locked up. You know what I mean? So with that loss, that was tough. That was a bad loss.
But didn't Jacksonville take Philly, like keep it close against Philly in their game in Philly too?
Hold on here.
But did Philly win the game?
Bingo.
Did Philly win the game?
I'm just saying Jacksonville is a lot tougher though.
Good
teams
win, bad
good teams
if need
win
be.
ugly games.
I don't disagree in that
Championship
aspect. I'm just
teams-
saying Jacksonville's not as bad as what their record shows. Like,
True.
yeah, they're sick.
It doesn't matter if
But
they're
he's
bad,
just- hold on,
bad
hold
or
on.
not.
Hold on. He's just saying
Yeah.
that to him, to Damon, your loss was worse than San Fran's win. Okay. It's okay to be wrong in this, Matt, because you guys suck. It's okay. We'll get back to your team here in a minute. But until then, I know I have one thing that I've been waiting until we got to this damn NFL team because I can't see the damn notes. Stephen A., my man.
No.
33-0. What happened, man?
What's happened this whole season?
Wow.
This just.
30.
I don't know.
Oh man, that's
But
tough.
I can't. This is the hardest thing, I think. Like you look at our offensive line, or you look at the Colts' offensive line, the highest, or third highest paid in the NFL, whatever AFC. Like, how did they regress this badly from one season to the like? I don't think they were great last season, but maybe that's the thing. They've just got, but you're paid these guys.
You know what a slinky is? Have you ever seen a slinky go down a step?
Well, that's what's happening.
It don't go upwards very well.
We're just waiting. So we're just waiting to get Arch Manning, Edgerrin James Jr.,
Oh wow.
Jr., T.Y. Jr., and then we're gonna have a whole new. We're just gonna wait it out.
Bob
One of the
Sanders
best-
Jr.
Maybe
Right?
Eli Manning's twins.
Dwight
We can
Freeney
wait-
Jr.
Wait for them 18 years. We can wait for Peyton's kids.
One of the best memes I saw all weekend long was a
And my
picture
question
of
for
Matt
you-
Ryan on the top in a Falcons jersey looking at the Super Bowl scoreboard and saying, I can't believe we just lost that game. And on the bottom half of that picture was Matt Ryan in a Colts jersey saying, hold my beer.
You know what's funny? And when we were up 33-0, I even thought,
Oh,
I don't even feel comfortable with this. How sad of a season is that? You're up 33-0 and you don't feel comfortable with the
Just
freaking-
remember, they tied the Houston Texans the very first week of the year. That should have been a sign for you.
Well, this is what's going to happen. The last game of the season, I say go for the tie. Then we can wrap up this season with a nice pretty bow. 2 ties, which would be our NFL record, and just
You got to get them somehow, right? You might as well get a record at the end of this year. Hey,
let's just
real
hire.
Hey,
quick,
my
Let's just
question.
hire McAfee. Let's just get him in here do something. I don't know. Can he throw?
Hey, hey, let me ask you this question as a Colts fan. Why do y'all believe in the aura of Andrew Luck so damn bad? Why do y'all want this man just
I don't.
oof, I'm back?
I'm hoping. I was hoping that athletic article that came out. I'm like, okay, this has got to be done. Like, you get his word. Get it. Like, move on. I mean, it's the brawl.
And
That's
he
what's
didn't tell
happened.
you
Like
shit.
every year, the brawl comes around. We got to talk about the brawl. And then I heard that Netflix episode or series. I'm like, okay, this is all you could say on the brawl. There's nothing more. What are you going to find? Like the player or the fan that was like 5 rows over to finally give his take on it? I mean, come on. Like Andrew Luck, yes.
It's like the Titanic, bro.
Every year it comes back.
There's a
It's
gym at
D-Day.
the end.
It's just D-Day. We're just going to keep bringing it up. What's really going to suck is in a couple of years, it's going to be like the 20th anniversary of the brawl. We're still going to talk about it. But the Andrew Luck stuff, I'm like, okay, he's gone. Like, just.
to follow that question, Steven,
Okay.
since I know
Man,
Matt's
this just pile
waiting.
on me, Dave.
No,
I'm just
it's
gonna look-
oh,
I'm
believe
joking.
me. Hold
I'm
on,
joking.
brother.
I'm
Don't
joking.
go nowhere after your turn because
I
I
quit.
can't wait to get to Matt. Real question though, Steven. Do you see
Any hope?
Jeff Saturday? Well, no. Oh, I already know that answer for this year.
For
he's
next
done.
year.
Yeah,
you
if
might
you
as
put
well put him
Irsay back on the pills. Put Irsay
Well, yeah,
back
I
on
mean,
the
something's
pills.
got to help. But what do you think of Jeff Saturday
Saturday.
as a coach, or does he move to the GM role and bring in another coach?
And this is another, like, this is
That's
all.
what we've heard.
I think this was a publicity fan move. I think he wanted to get the fans somehow on his side. So, like, hey, Peyton's not available, so I'll go get Jeff Saturday. I mean, that's, whatever. And I don't think and Peyton would be better in front office. I can't see Peyton being, I mean, he's a good motivator and all that, but sometimes, like, Burrito was never a coach, and look how damn good he was. I mean, some guys just play well, but can't. It won't translate because I think they know too much. But I think Irsay, I think he wants Saturday. I honestly do. Because he's so, like people are bringing up on our sports talk radio here, Irsay's nostalgic, if you haven't realized. Like, he's still living in those old days of, the 2006 Super Bowl and the Peyton Manning. It's like, you brought up with the Pacers. Herb Simon still thinks the Pacers of the 90s will work in 2022, which he finally, hopefully, is realizing that that's not going to happen. But
I don't know if he's ever going to realize that, but we'll see.
yeah.
But
I think
that
Irsay,
ain't it. That ain't it. It's the him. Simon don't spend the money on the right people.
that's true.
Irsay will spend the money.
He wants to
on
spend the money,
everybody.
but Bauer doesn't want to spend the money, which I don't understand. I don't know what Bauer. I get the drafting thing because then, of course, what does it make you look like? A genius if these draft picks hit. But at the same time, you got to get out and get some talent.
Does Bauer come back next year? Does Bauer come back next year?
If I'm him,
Organization next year.
I don't know why he'd want to.
No, I wouldn't either.
Like a lot of people have said that
I'm out.
there was that. I think 2 weeks ago, they showed him and like Irsay was just sitting there still, and then you showed the scene of Bauer like put it on his jacket, like walking towards the exit, like even before the game was done. And a lot of people said that's pretty telling of where we're at.
Yep.
I mean,
would
I don't
have
know.
to agree.
And I don't. Well, the Titans fired their GM in the middle of the season, so I guess
After they
you
lost to the Eagles.
You could have done that with Ballard, but
Pros is different. Yeah, the pros is different. You can fire them assholes, whatever. These is
Yeah.
prima donna ass men.
but
They
I
can get
think
over
Ballard.
that shit.
I think Ballard truly won. I don't know why he'd want to come back. I think it all needs to be a fresh start and move
All right.
or move Saturday. Sorry. Anyways,
Go ahead. All right. So
Just
last
move
thing
Saturday in
before
another
we skip out.
That
Last
delay.
thing before we skip out of yeah, it's a very bad delay. Very, I
Sorry.
saw it happening right in front of me. I saw it. I was like,
Oh man.
oh, terrible. Sorry, my apologies. Last thing before we jump out of here and get into some fix. We have to address this this injury situation with your quarterback there, Daniel.
Mm.
Is it a concern or just a minor setback for the number one seed in the NFC East? In the NFC.
I mean, obviously, he is a very pinnacle piece to our offense, hands down. We all know that. Anybody that would say it's not concerning at all would be an idiot. Yeah, it's concerning. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to weigh on it too much as far as how concerning, because I don't look at it as being like season ending concerning. We still have the same line that has been blocking for him all year. I would be more concerned if we were missing pieces from the offensive line than Jalen Hurts for a couple weeks. And if it's right now, and it's a sprained shoulder, okay? We saw the hit. It was clean hit. He went down. He just went down on it a little tweaky. The way he did. It is what it is. It's football. It happens. Am I concerned about it? Yes. Am I too concerned about it? Like really heavy? No. Is it a good time to rest? Yeah, because like you said, we haven't necessarily mathematically snapped the NFC East yet. With a win this weekend, we would hands down. But we also have the one seed regardless. If we lose all 3 games in a row, all San Fran or Minnesota have to do is get one loss, either one of them, and we win the 1 seed. So we have a lot in our advantage. We have a lot in our favor. Do I want to beat their asses? You so damn right I do. But if that means Gardner Minshew, baby, Gardner Minshew comes down and drops the bomb on the Dallas Cowboys, so be it.
Dan,
He's
can I be
playing
real?
for his coach. Go ahead.
Dan, can
Go ahead,
I be real?
Source.
Can I be real? So, in all honesty, all joking aside and the hatred back and forth, I would hate to see the Eagles season be cut short because Jalen Hurts plays and gets hurt even more in this game.
Yep.
Like that, like for me, like I would hate to see, like I want to see the Eagles lose fair and square with Hurts in the game, like in a playoff game or whatever. I would hate to see them lose because Hurts is out there and he takes a clean hit from like Parsons or whatever, and there's his shoulder and he's done for the rest of the year. Yeah. So for that aspect, like I would like to see him rest just because of the fact, like for the Eagles' sake, I think for them to make a run, he's the key. And this game, you and I both know that this game is going to be a physical game on both sides, from both teams, offensive and defensively. I would hate to see, though, Hurts have his season end because they haven't ruled him out. Like they said, there's a chance he might not play, but they also said he could play because it's Dallas, and I would really hate, in all honesty, to see him have his season get cut short because of some stupid play where he gets hurt and then that's it, and then like that's it for you guys. Like I don't want to see that. I mean, I want to see us beat you guys, but I also don't want to see your guys' season get cut short because of a quarterback injury. I've seen it when with Romo, like Dallas was having a good year and he breaks his collarbone and that's it. So
not once, Matt.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Right.
And
So
you know who broke
Yeah,
his
so
collarbone both
basically
times?
what it
Philly.
basically what it comes down to, if it was a playoff game, he could play. But it's not a playoff game. It's not a must-win game. It's a, let's be smart game. Obviously, Hurts is going to be the quarterback of the future. So why would we put him in jeopardy now when we have a great team to assemble around Hunter Minshew? And plus, he's playing with that heavy heart from Mike Leach, his coach, who passed away a couple weeks ago. So I think it's going to be a fantastic game, and I can't wait to tell you who I'm going to pick.
And let's not forget, Butt Fumble himself beat you guys on Christmas Eve.
don't forget, Butt Fumble also played for Dallas and threw 3 interceptions in a game in 2016.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
boy.
just saying. All right, Damon, I think it is time.
Hey,
Full.
all I know that Mitchell Trubisky ruined my late valiant effort to get to a last surge of 500. All Mitchell Trubisky's fault. We give you one opportunity, and what do? You do a Dak Prescott and throw 3 interceptions. I'd rather see Mason Rudolph in that situation. I'm over Mitchell Trubisky. But anyway, it's time for picks.
Boom. All right. Weekly picks.
So,
Damon,
will this
throw 'em
work
up
with
there,
all 4 of
brother.
us?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's
Will
pretty.
this work for all of us?
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
So, there is our current standings.
I have slipped slightly.
Yeah.
I have slipped slightly.
Yeah.
Got some.
We had an
close to the
offer
top,
last
though.
week, and it looks. Yeah, we had an offer last week. Looks like we're going to have an offer this week, too. So, oh, well.
Well, in his defense, he is working.
So,
hard.
there you have it. So I have opportunity. I have an opportunity to sneak back in there, this bitch through the back door. So,
I'm not going there, Damon.
yes,
I had an offer. I had an offer.
I
week,
know
and I
you're
rallied
not.
back.
We don't have a question.
This is where our boy
Let's
is,
see. There you
Rafael
go. First game up
Esparza.
in New Orleans.
Rafael Esparza is down there at the New Orleans
Yeah,
Bowl
he's down at
tonight,
the
boys
New
and girls. Yep, that's why he's not here. You know, it obviously he really wanted to skip the New Orleans Bowl to be with the Dukes, but you know, he's getting paid nicely down there. So
Yeah, that's the story. We're sticking to it.
damn right.
So first game up, you got the New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky at 8-5, and South Alabama at 10-2. Have no idea. All I know is Western Kentucky is in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where my family is from.
So you're rooting for them.
No.
Love the family.
There we have it.
There it is.
Oh, big storms the O for this week, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah. All right. There's
Yeah,
only
it
two of you
happens.
guys. Only 2 of you guys pulling for South Alabama. They are favored in this game. So,
Well, they are favored, but I think the problem with Western Kentucky is they're so one-dimensional. They throw the ball more than they run, and I think if South Alabama shuts them down, it's all over.
that's going to be the key. If their defense can stop that offense. If not, it's going to be a long game and it's going to be lopsided. But I think they do make it a game, but we win.
All right, then. There you have it. There you have it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Hawaii Bowl. You have Middle Tennessee State University at 7-5, and San Diego State University at 7-5. Yay, 7-5.
They're gonna tie.
Well, see, that's a great thing in college. They can't tie.
No,
They keep going
You just
and
ruined my
going
dream.
and going, just like the NFL should.
And here we have the breakdown for these two programs.
Well, 4 of you are going to be wrong, so it's okay.
That's right. Imagine that.
We're-
2 Dallas fans.
Wow, 7-5 teams and 4 of us picked each team. Can't make that much. Can't go much easier than that.
Nope.
But wasn't
Pretty clear.
San Diego State was Jim Harbaugh's first coaching gig, right? Or is that San
that is
Diego?
correct.
Or
Yeah.
San Diego?
I thought it was San Diego State, and then he went to Stanford.
Yeah, I think that's how.
I think so.
I think that was a
Okay.
pathway.
San
Yeah.
Diego State. Okay.
San
That's why I picked them.
San Diego
football.
State's favored by 7 in that game, just for
Mhm.
Betting
Which-
on.
The
You know why-
Aztecs.
You know why I picked the Aztecs?
Why?
Why?
Marshall Falk.
Oh my God! I want to change.
I took Middle Tennessee because Dan, you talked about that Western Kentucky offense. They beat
Mhm.
Western Kentucky. They beat UTSA.
Yep.
They played Miami pretty close, even though the score doesn't show it. So they're actually really good for 7-5. They're
You know the
Better
major
football.
difference, honestly, is the travel.
yeah.
San Diego State's already out on the West Coast. They don't have to travel very far to Hawaii. Middle Tennessee State obviously is in Tennessee. They got a lot
Oh, it's
farther to
cold
travel.
right now.
Yeah,
It's cold in
and
Tennessee right now, and it's great in Hawaii.
right.
These cats is not there to play no damn football.
Hawaii's not getting hit with all this Arctic chill,
Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this
the
either.
snow.
I am.
Hey, I got one stop to make on the way in from the dentist in the morning. The vets some stuff for the vegetable beef stew and some pizza crust, and I'm good, bro.
That sounds
I'm
good.
in this bitch.
On that note,
All right,
check out the One's Kitchen on Facebook.
Ding.
Hashtag plug.
Other stuff. Look, hashtag. Look.
I like
And then we got the Birmingham Bowl. You got what should be called the Carolina Bowl. You got Coastal
Yeah.
Carolina 93, East Carolina 7-5. I'm going with Coastal Carolina only because they did magic in the NCAA tournament. Yes,
Look
true
at that
to
pirate
sports. I only
pirate
won.
helmet though.
that's
It's pretty
What's the
nice.
other teams? What is the Coastal Carolina?
I mean, it
what
looks
are
like
they?
a
Pickaninnies
stork.
or whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
The Pekingese.
Chanticleers.
Chanticleers.
What the hell is
A
that?
bird?
I don't
Chicken?
know.
A
Yeah,
bird
it looks
chicken?
like a rooster.
Does
It looks like the generic Gamecocks of South Carolina. It's a generic Gamecock.
You just want to say that. We know it.
He wanted to say it without game though. There's a difference.
Gonna get out your old hat. And remember
Oh,
when
I
people used to wear
stopped
those in the
myself.
90s?
I'm back.
He just wanted to say that without the game. He just had to include it in there to make him feel special.
I'm gonna get a hat that just says that across it.
Go get that back. Remember
And
back
just
in the
have
day,
every
Oh, yeah.
just have every single team that has that in their name, their initials on it. There you go.
Well, Cowboys do start with CO, so it's kind of the same.
Oh. Well, let's go to the picks.
Oh, I went with
Damn!
I went with the birds. I didn't even go for the pirates. Damn. I want
Well,
to
we know
my
one
pick.
person's going to be wrong this week on this one too.
Yeah.
He's doing as well in these picks as he is in the college bowl mania pick'em that we did. So
Hey, I mean, I'm sitting here way above you in the picks, and it's not just because you had an over. Hey, well, that's besides the point. I'm on longevity, man. That's why. Yeah, never mind. I'm not
Oh, the
gonna-
long game.
Nope. Yep.
It's the marathon.
That's right.
All right, so let's dip into the NFL.
Here we go.
You got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just coming off a nice win over the Cowgirls, going against the Jets, who they just want to be good, but just can't quite figure out how to be good. So yeah, I think this game is actually going to be a pretty decent game to watch.
Should.
All they got to do is tell Zach Wilson that Trevor Lawrence looks like one of his mom's friends, and he's going to beat them into oblivion. That's all. I'm gonna say.
Sounds good to me.
Well, there's at least one person going to be wrong this time too.
Five,
this is
actually. There's
getting
going to be 5 that's wrong.
I hope.
So, game 2 of the NFL, we have the Giants at 8-5-1,
Look at that.
and the Vikings at 11-3, who just somehow just keep staying alive for some reason. This has to be the worst 11-3 team in all of 11-3 teamdom. Like, real talk, man. How are they 11-3?
But your record is who you are, right?
They are who we thought they were, I guess. I don't know. Man.
Kirk Cousins.
You like that, don't you?
You like that?
But I'm sorry, man. I think the Giants gave us a good, strong middle part of the season, but I think they are bad news.
I think that Saquon Barkley has a good game, good individual game in this outing. But I agree. I think Minnesota overall is way better than the sliding Giants. And I remember I was asked a couple weeks ago who I thought the worst team in the NFC East is. And it's these guys right there, the New York Giants, not Washington, because Washington's on the upside. If there's one team, the NFC East, that does not make the playoffs, it will be them.
Hey.
Well, hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Hold on, because the Giants are actually doing a lot better than what people thought they were going to do this year. I saw a lot of people had them only winning 4 games.
And I'm not saying that. Yes,
No.
they are. They are overachieving where a lot of people thought they would be. But once they started off the way they did, they have declined in. They have went the wrong way throughout the season. So
that tie against Washington, I think, deflated their season, to be honest.
I don't know. I think you guys did, because you guys beat them pretty bad first time you played them, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I just think it was towards they had a good chance. They were in the competing. They were very talked about with upside on all positions. Even the conversation of Odell Beckham coming back to the Giants. I just think at some point in time they hit their ceiling for the season, and it is starting to show. I do not think Washington has. I think Washington is a much more dangerous team. I wish they'd have completed that win and not have tied it. But I like the direction of Washington. One, I think their resolve is a lot better as it comes to what they're dealing with, the offsides. And, oh, my God, did they get cheated the other night? Oh, I do not. I am not a person who says a call, affects the outcome of a game, but there are exceptions to every rule. That was bullshit. He did exactly what every receiver is taught to do if you're on the outside. Check with that referee. That referee nodded to that man and told that man that you were in a legal position, and then immediately throws the flag. And that's why people think that all American sports are rigged. Some bullshit.
And a missed pass interference at the end of the game in the end zone.
I mean, this is terrible. Like, they've been having a good year until then. That was just so blatant. I mean, that was just blatantly bad. But,
hold on.
Hey, I just let them go. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Go ahead.
Christmas
Go ahead, Dan.
Eve. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house the eagles were soaring, dropping shit on the Cowboys' house. It's okay, they said, from the air up high. One day you might be up here in the sky. Until then, not yet. Because Hurts feels so good. Dak and Zeke filling their stockings at home like they knew we would.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't
Ever.
write it. I literally
Ever.
came up with it
That was
as I
cuff.
was speaking it.
Look at that.
Like you
off the
started
cuff.
off with so much promise.
I know. I wish I
see,
had
then
something
it was
written
just
down
like-
because it would have been 10 times better.
That was
I
awful.
was like, oh, I was like, this is gonna be good. And then it was just like, oh my god,
Yep.
it's going down.
I straight burned, but that was completely like Steven said.
Off
From the
cuff.
hip,
Who-
right then and there.
You should have left it on your hip because once you started after that first line, it went downhill from there.
All I gotta say, okay? I'm not gonna say I miss you. I'll just say Minshew.
Oh my god.
Get to the
Oh.
picks, David. I want to see who's idiots.
I can't
in
wait.
our
I
network.
can't wait for see these nuts to go across your face later.
Who's all the idiots in the network this week? Oh my God, my brother,
Oh, no. Four.
my
5 and 3.
brother, and the source, both Cowgirls fans, and go figure, the wizard, the wizard.
The
Hey,
warlock.
Damon, let me ask you a question. What was the wizard in the Wizard of Oz real or fake? Because this looks like a fake wizard. If he could tell the real truth, he would know. It's always fly, Eagles fly.
Well, since I was a child in those days of the Wizard of Oz, I'm going to say the wizard was a mythical figure created within a concussion that this random white girl just riding down the street in a tornado had.
Okay, well, yeah, sounds good.
That's about as real as it gets.
Right?
So wait, you're telling me the Tin Man and everything was made up?
No.
Oh,
no,
that
no.
shit, man. She was on such good shit.
She was
Man,
on some good
that was-
poppies.
Shoo,
That poppy
really
deal.
good poppies.
That poppy.
Steven.
Yeah, she hit so the
Hey, I went with
mushrooms,
the
bro.
Eagles.
I was going to say, Steven, let me ask you why you picked the Eagles, because you are obviously, you have no bias.
You write the check.
Haha, that's funny. I wish I could. One of these days, we will all get checks. Checks. You get a check, and you get a check.
No,
and you get a check.
I think they're the. I mean, they're they're the better team. I think. So we'll see.
I like
Of
it.
course, I didn't take account to Hurts getting hurt, but
Okay,
that,
so
that probably would have helped.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If Hurts was healthy, I probably would have taken the Eagles in this game. I'm not gonna lie, because I agree that Philadelphia is probably the better team, but if Hurts isn't healthy, how much running is he going to do? If he does any, if he is playing, and if Minshew's in the game, I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback, but it's a whole different ball game with Minshew compared to Jalen Hurts. So I probably would have taken the Eagles if Jalen Hurts was not hurt.
Oh my God. Here we go with another person picking against their team for some I know mythical
Dude,
reason.
I have no confidence
listen.
in Dak Prescott throwing less than 2 interceptions in this game, all right?
Lord have mercy. Then you're not a fan. You're not a fan. Like
I'm a
I'll
realist.
equate it like
I'm real.
if
I
there
am a
was
realist.
money, if these picks had money on it and this was all kind of like, oh my God, you get like $2,500 at the end of the season for whoever wins, then okay, I could go with picking against your team. But these are just picks. I
Bragging
would never
rights.
just
I am a
pick
realist.
against my team. I'm not just gonna
I have.
pick it, regardless if I think my team is going to lose or not. I am not going to split when I'm filling out
Wait
that
till we get to the Rose Bowl, buddy.
when I fill out that sheet and I do this.
Wait till we get to Rose Bowl picks.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
on.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
That's a little smallest violin.
She was like, Minshew.
Don't quit your day job.
I'm not.
Stay at his day job.
Oh, that's great. All right, folks. Last pick. This is the bonus pick. This is what did I
Raider.
name this? The I'm
mathematic.
not yet
Yeah, I'm not
Yes, the
mathematically eliminated
bowl.
Go for the tie.
So,
This is the only time that I think that we've seen a subpar versus a subpar pick this year. I believe so.
Bonus
yeah,
game.
I mean, but it means something like our picks
Yeah,
have to
pride.
have some type of meaning.
Bragging rights.
These teams have a interest in each other, and if they win out, they have wild card possibilities. You know, when you watch ESPN and they got those sections up, you got the division leaders, you got the wild card, you got the in the hunt. Well, these guys is in the hunt. So what are you saying? There's a chance? Yes.
Yes.
This is the there's a chance bowl.
Hey, and
There's still a chance.
me and Greg are going against each other this week.
Yep.
Chargers.
There's no
Chargers.
chance in that bowl.
Hey, they're still alive. that graphic you talked about, 4-9-1, still alive.
Hey, you asked a question during the Giants Vikings game how the Vikings are 11-3. I got one reason for that: the Colts.
10-4.
It'd be 10-4, but nope.
So
It's hard to believe that the Colts beat the Raiders.
hey, I know who the Colts didn't beat in this screen.
That's true.
For the 7th straight time.
If I'm not
Baby.
mistaken, they didn't beat any of the other 3 people that are on the show's team. So,
And you know what?
True.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
only team that's sitting on this pod right now that beat the Minnesota Vikings.
wrong.
Oh.
You guys won?
Yes, we beat them.
Oh, it was overtime, wasn't it?
No.
No, he threw an interception. Threw an interception into the end zone, didn't he?
No, they won 40-3.
Yeah.
That's a little win.
Well, speaking of
Yeesh.
receptions, interceptions,
Franco?
immaculate receptions, since we are talking about this game, 50 years ago was the anniversary of the immaculate reception. Unfortunate, sad news that running back Franco Harris of that great play for Steeler Nation passed away today. So we give our condolences and positive energy to his family and through these trying times.
One of the biggest reasons that the Pittsburgh Steelers will pull this game out indefinitely is for the remembrance of that man. Now, as much love as we have for Franco Harris and the immaculate reception, that was not a catch in today's time, but back then it was considered a catch. So guess what? You guys have your Super Bowl that year.
He had control of the ball.
Did he make a playoff
He-
football move?
He maintained control of the ball and made a football move.
Football move.
Yes. So here you go. We got a couple guys going with the Raiders, a couple guys going with the Steelers. I have really no issue with the Raiders. I just think they need a new coach. And the Steelers still have a chance to get to 500 if we win out, baby. Woo! Let's go.
I called it at the beginning of the season that this would be Mike Tomlin's first sub 500 season.
Hey, we're
I'm
going
sticking
down
with
fighting.
it, brother.
We're
Hey, I'm
going
not
down
saying you're not
fighting,
going
baby.
down fighting, but it ain't gonna happen.
We're going down fighting.
They're going to lose a Derek
Thanks.
Carr. Let's be honest.
Thanks for your help,
This-
Colts.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right.
All right, so yeah, Dan.
All I was gonna say is this was it. This was the picks of the week leading up to Christmas. Don't ever forget all of our friends here at the network with Elite Performance, What's Poppin' Corn Snacks, Printed Memories, Revved Up Tattoos, Doc Sports Picks, My Bookie, The Fighter's Friend, The One's Kitchen, Inner Beast Sportswear, and you can bet that.
You can bet that. I think I need to add that.
Yeah, about that one.
I wasn't trying to cut you off from your talk. I was just putting up there so they could see who our friends were, so they could be friends with our friends.
That's all I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Yeah. Be friends
Yeah.
with our friends, and our friends will be friends with you.
And we can all be friends. Does that
Except
sound
for-
all right with you?
We're friends till Saturday.
that.
Then I
Friends.
can't stand your face.
Oh, when Saturday comes,
I got-
Matthew.
I feel like Saturday
I'm
we
going
should
to
be
be
live
giggling.
streaming that game with Dan and I, so we can just trash talk each other. The
No,
entire
you know what's funny is
I'm going to
So-
pass.
from what I heard and understood, my in-laws are wanting us to do the Christmas Eve thing earlier than normal. Which means if that's the case,
Oh,
there's
you
a
can't watch.
slight possibility of the Eagles fan and the Cowboys fan being once again reunited on Christmas Eve
Oh
for
no.
the wonderful matchup that the Philadelphia Eagles will win. And until then, don't forget all of our friends around the network. Checkers and Wreckers, the state of basketball, super kicking it with Steven, just a bit outside Combat Zone, and us here at the Dukes of Football.
Ball.
Here, I'll send you a box of Kleenex over for your as your Christmas gift.
That was the one you already unwrapped from me. So, sorry about you.
Oh, my
Oh,
Lord.
this is my COVID box.
I'm going to give me some French toast. What do I do every week?
What do we
I
do,
keep-
Damon? What do we do every week? We do what?
We keep Indy sporty.
And there she was. Merry Christmas, everybody. We will see